So, you just bought Rivals of Aether on your PC or Xbox and don't know much about the game or where to get started? Or maybe you haven't bought the game yet but you're looking into it and need something to help sway your opinion. Well, don't worry, this video should be able to help you with those things, as we will be going over everything you'll need to know about Rivals of Aether, whether you're new to it or are looking to buy it. Also be sure to share this video with any of your other friends if they are new to the game or something like that. Before we begin, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to drop a subscription and also leave me a like if this guide helps you. I'm a raw content creator and streamer, and the links to my Twitch, Twitter, subreddit, and Discords are all in the description. So as I stated a couple minutes ago, this is going to be an in-depth, updated, jam-packed guide with everything you need to know regarding Rivals of Aether. One more thing before we start, this won't be going over advanced mechanics in the game like horizontal wave landing, teching, and pole stashing, and other complicated things like that. But if you'd like to see some of those, I suggest you check out Beefy Aether Dudes, which is a retired channel, but they have some videos that go in depth on certain techniques to help you improve your skills, so I suggest you check that out after this video. Okay now, then let's get right into the game, starting with the overview. Rivals of Aether is a 2D indie platform fighting game that was created by Dan Fornace that follows the format of Smash Bros, but at the same time manages to do its own thing. By saying that, I mean both games use a damage percentage system, and if you're unfamiliar with that, allow me to explain. Each character starts with a stock in-game with 0% damage done to their character, but the more damage you deal to their opponent, the easier it will get to knock your opponent out, and same thing with your health. So instead of having health bars, you have these percentages which tell you how weak your character is. For the most part, I'd say not to get worried about your percentages until you reach knockout range, which is normally between 80% and 120%. But back to the overview. In this game, the whole lore is about clashing civilizations who embody the four elements of flame, water, earth, and air. This game, as of right now, is $14.99 plus taxes in the Steam store and on Xbox, and when you buy the game, you get 8 rivals, and the others you have to buy with real money if you choose to. Rivals of Aether also has one of the best communities in any online game. I've never ran into toxicity once, and there are many people in the community who will also help you and give you tips to get better at the game. Now then, let's go ahead and look at the characters. There's a total of 14 rivals in Rivals of Aether. As stated before, when you initially buy the game, you will get the 8 original characters, 2 from each element. So, you've got Zetaburn and Forsburn, representing the flame element, Orcane and Italis, representing the water element, Crag and Maple, representing the earth element, and finally, you've got Raster and Absa, representing the air element. There's also an additional total of 6 DLC rivals, 4 of which are split into duo packs, meaning you pay for the price of one character, but you get 2. Those characters are Rano for water, Claren for flame, and they come in one duo pack. And then Elena for air, and Sylvanos for earth, and they make up the second and last duo pack. The last 2 characters are actually crossover rivals, being Ori and Sane from Ori and the Blind Forest, and Shovel Knight from, well, Shovel Knight, and who are there both sold separately, and it's also worth saying, all the DLC characters cost $4.99. All 14 of these characters are completely diverse and different, and not one of their movesets being the same. All of these characters also have their own in-game tutorials that will go over each individual moveset, along with some additional advanced strategies you can use to increase your gameplay and skill with that legend. Each of the characters also come with their own color palette, like in most games, and they all also have customizable colors. Now then, let's get on to inputs and the basic terminology. Starting things off are the 3 main types of attacks in Rivals of Aether: light attacks, special moves, and your strongs. Now then, let's go ahead and hop into the terminology. Also keep in mind, not all of these are correct. Starting with light attacks. These are used when you press the light attack button with any of the 4 directional inputs. There's up, side, down, and neutral. Up is done while pressing the up and light attack at the same time. Side light, which is primarily known as a dash attack, is done while pressing left or right and light attack at the same time. Down is done while pressing down and light attack at the same time, and neutral light is done while pressing only light attack without any directional inputs. These are mainly used to start dealing damage and starting combos. Moving on from light attacks, you've got your special moves. Like the light attacks, they can also be used with all 4 directional inputs. So there's neutral special, down special, side special, and up special, which is normally your recovery. These can be used in any way really, for knockouts, racking up damage, or applying status effects. Finally, you've got your heavy hitters, the strongs. These all have optional charge ups to increase the damage done, and they all only have 3 directional inputs, being up strong, side strong, and down strong. Strongs do not have neutral strongs, and attempting to use a neutral strong will result in a side strong instead. One more thing are your air moves, which also use all 4 of the directional inputs. There's your up air, your nair, which is short for neutral air, dair, which is short for down air, and sair, which is short for side air. Other than that, you've also got your dodges and parries, which can be used to counterattack or quickly get out of combos. However, in Rivals of Aether, the stun times on attacks are kind of insane, so make sure you practice the jumping out of things and dodging out of things. There's also short hopping and full hopping. Full hopping allows your character to jump as high as they can with the press of one input, and short hop is the exact opposite, which is a small jump that allows your character to pull off air moves easier. Next up, let's go over the game modes. So, Rivals of Aether has local play and online play, so we'll go over the local modes first. First off, there's Versus mode, which is basically a couch party, where you can play up to 4 people locally, or you can play against 4 bots in case you want to train or test some new combos. Next up, there's Story mode, which is another great way to improve if you're new while embarking on a nice little storyline. In Story mode, however, you can only play as Zetterburn, Orcane, Raster, Crag, Forsburn, and Maple. And in each rival story arc, you play 5 games with each character. There's also Abyss mode, which is pretty much a horde type of game mode, where there's hordes of enemies and such, or you're given an objective to do with little time to do it. The last 2 are Practice mode and Tutorial mode. In Practice mode, you can work on combos with bots that stay idle and allow you to attack freely, and Tutorial mode is where it gets good. There are 3 levels of training: Beginner, Intermediate, and Advanced, and in each level there are 3 categories for offense, defense, and movement. In addition to all these, like I said earlier, there's character-specific tutorials that help you with hidden strategies you can do with the rivals you play. The best part is, even if you don't own a rival, you can still do their tutorial to get a feel for their moveset and see if you'd like to purchase them. There's also online play as well, featuring ranked games, which you could play to climb the ranked ladder, and casual play, where you play to improve for fun, friendly play, where you play against someone on your friends list, or team matches, where you can partner up with a friend and play 2v2. And the last topic we will be going over is the ability to change your controls. Rivals of Aether allows 4 ways to play the game, with Xbox, PS4, or GameCube controllers, or with your keyboard. If you choose to play with keyboard, to change controls is to select options from the main menu and select keyboard controls. From there, you can change them as you'd like. For controllers though, is a little bit more tricky, as instead of selecting keyboard controls from options, go ahead and select gamepads and profiles. From here, you want to go ahead and make a profile to set the custom controls to, and once you've done that, select the gamepad option and go ahead and set your controls. Don't forget you can switch pages to bind other stuff like that, like short hop and full hop, and even adjust how sensitive the joysticks on your controllers are. Other than that though, that's going to wrap up this beginner's guide. Hopefully you've learned the basics of the game, and remember, there are multiple in-game tutorials to help you learn and understand the game better. This was just an overview of the game and giving you an insight to what it's like. If I missed anything, please go ahead and let me know down in the comments without being too harsh. And that's it for the video. So if you're new, I make Rivals of Aether content now, so yeah, drop a sub, it'd be greatly appreciated, and don't forget to like and share this video with a friend. Also, you can join my Discord and subreddit down in the description below. Follow me on Twitch, as I stream Rivals there sometimes, and also follow me on Twitter, because I got on Twitter, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun. Thanks for watching me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!